Well, hey guys, how is everybody? Well, today's the day. Hopefully, I think I got about 2 hours or so before daylight ends. This is our 365 special. It was the complete build, restoration, blah blah blah. We pulled off a Farmer Tech cylinder and put on a OEM 365 cylinder. I ported it a little different than what I would normally do, actually a lot different, but it is comparable to what some other builders would do or what they say works. Saw does run good, it performs good. I won't lie to anybody, it's a strong saw. It's not what I'm used to running. I'm used to running something, say, with a little more balls, or, you know, in the last few years anyway. There's lots of video on it. You'll have to forgive my daughter's dog for barking. She just loves to bark, but it's got stockish compression. Transfers are ground on quite a bit, but to be brutally honest, I could lay a 372 gasket down on them and take them even further. We got a pretty high exhaust roof on it. I don't really remember. I think it's at 99. I think the intake's 78ish or something. It's been a few weeks since we done this. You're welcome to go back and watch the videos if you want, but that's kind of not what this is about. What we're going to do next with this saw, that's what I told you guys. It's going to be more of an experimental build. Once I get done with it, I'll probably put it up for sale and let it go where I can build another one. I do have enough parts here probably to build a couple more 365s. This one here is probably 95% all OEM minus the piston that's in it. Right now I think it's a Farmer Tech piston that's in the saw. It's a flat top, and that's kind of what we're going to get at here today. We're going to pull the cylinder off. Not going to do a damn thing to it, but clean the glue off of it. I'm going to throw a Hyway pop up in it and see what kind of gains we make. But first, what we're going to do, we're going to go out here. I just ground this chain. I've got to check the drags, or everybody else seems to call them breakers. I guess it just depends on what part of this planet you're standing on, what you're going to call them. There we go. We're going to do that and make some cuts. And I've got a smaller piece of poplar in the stand. I don't know how big it is. Probably over a foot or so. I got a pretty good sized piece of hickory, 2 different pieces. Pretty damn hard. It was getting near up the crotch of the tree. Pretty damn hard piece of wood. It's what we cut on when we done the and this is the same saw if you're new to the channel. When we done the high compression build versus a lot of port work, which is what this has. It's got a lot of stuff done to it I would not normally do at all, that I just picked up and seen other builders build. Not just one builder, several. We all watch a lot of different channels. Even the people that say they don't watch channels, they watch channels. They're just full of themselves. We all watch one another. We all know who everybody is. In the, I guess what you would call the saw community. This is just for fun. It ain't to knock what no one does. Like I said, this saw's strong. It runs good. How much stronger is it than a stock one? I have no idea. I don't have a stock 365 to run it against. The only 365 I've ran was this saw when it was stock. and it was worn out to the point where it had like 115 psi. But believe it or not, it's still pulling like a damn train. Just had a lot of damn piston clatter or rattle. Or man, I need my shorter scrunch for that for sure. Although I don't have a 1/2 inch wrench laying here either. Don't do that, guys. But for what we're doing, it'll work just fine. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to run over here and grab a depth gauge. I'm going to pause you guys and just kind of see where these are at. They were set the last time I ground the chain. I just touched it up. I did change the angle a little bit on it. It's set 60, 25, and 0. That's kind of what I do with the work chain and hardwood. Thing do pretty good, but who knows, I'm liable to get back here and it not cut at all on this wood that we've got. I've got several different depth gauges. I like this one. It's just your Oregon one. You kind of getting hard to find, honestly. I'm gonna check on here, and if they need took down, and we're not even touching, so we're good. And I use the same settings. Yeah, they're fine. The cutters on the chain are even, is what I'm getting at. You should, if you're grinding, it's kind of hard to if you fall, because most people are better at falling on one side of the chain than the other. If you start out grinding a chain, it's best just to keep grinding it unless you're in the woods and need to touch it up. Try to keep it all the same settings, and like I've changed angles on this. I'm kind of going against what I'm saying, but I guess what we're going to do is I'm going to get you guys out back and we'll get set up, make sure this thing's fueled up, and make a cut. Then I'm going to come back and check compression. Then we're going to pull the top end off. Alright guys, I've done warmed the saw up inside. Tuned up pretty dang good on it up top. So we're going to try it in this wood first. I'm going to give you just an idea of how big that is. Probably a foot one way, 10 inches the other way or something. It's nothing spectacular, but good to test the saw in. Let's check that restart. Not bad. Need to get our log strapped in that thing a little better, but again, not too shabby. She loses a little RPM and cut, but she's zinging way up there before we go into the cut too. So I guess I'm gonna shut you guys off and get set up and get on the next piece of wood. Well, guys out here is really going to be the test of it. It's going to tell the tale when we do our before and after, but I honestly think we'll see a difference in both pieces of wood. my humble opinion. I think it's an old square body. Well guys, of course, the GoPro is dead. Which means we get to do this comparison with the phone. It's always charged. GoPro's always dead. It's sitting there plugged in for hours. $500, and battery has hardly any life on them at all. Well guys, I think I got one cut on the hickory with the GoPro before the damn thing went dead. I did get both cuts in with my phone. The first cut was just kind of straightening up and cutting off the end, but saw went to running kind of lean, and there's a good reason behind it. Ain't got no gas. Probably sound way too much like Billy Bob when I do that, but whatever. Billy Bob, he's a hell of an actor. I hope everybody knows who I'm talking about. Anyway, I'll pull the barn chain. I could flip it around the other way and leave it on, but I don't want to cut my hand. I've cut my hand before by leaving the barn chain on. It is so simple just to, you know, rake your hand against the side of a cutter and you're laid open, and better hope you had your tetanus, I guess. I had mine, I don't know, 4 years ago or something. I had the bicycle crash and ended up the kickstand through my leg. I've shown that wound on camera. It kind of grosses the average person out. Never did heal back right, or never will heal back right, but ended up the mountain bike kickstand through the bottom of my calf. Looks real nice. But what we're gonna do is I'm gonna check compression on this thing warm. I ain't gonna say it's not an accurate test to check them cold, but I guess the most accurate way to check it would be to shut the dang, that's real promising. Farmer Tech breather. I hope that's just the thing hanging halfway out of the mount or something. One of these saws will mount when I put it on at the elbow. One of the corners on that AV mount for the carb was broke, I think. What's our tune-up look like? And that plug is red hot, I promise. It's not too bad. Milky brown, not too dark, not too light. Your best just to pull it like as soon as you shut the damn saw off and check. Knock the damn GoPro over. I've got it plugged in to the cord. For sake of video, what I may do, I have multiple videos pulling these damn things apart. What I may do is shut the camera off and let it charge after we check this compression. And all I'm going to do, I'm going to pull the handlebar. I may even try to pull the muffler and all with the cylinder, if possible. I think you can though. Wide open, make sure you ain't hitting your shroud. That gauge looks like it came over on the Mayflower. It probably did. If it ain't built compression by there, it ain't going to. Holy shit, that thing's weak. I thought it had more than that when we first initially built the damn thing. Wow. Let's give it a few more pulls just for the benefit of the doubt, guys. That's horrible. I don't even want to show it. It ain't moving. 125, 130. That gauge reads a little low. It don't matter. Now I am in the mountains here. If you want to use some kind of calculator and calculate the compression on a good warm day like today, probably sitting at 2,500 foot DA. Yeah. We'll give it the benefit of the doubt and call it 135 PSI. It was a little shy of that, but when we initially checked it, I don't know if it'd been ran or not, or maybe I'd heat cycled it and shut it off. Saw does run good, like no joke. It is a strong running saw for 65 cc's. The only other thing I've got I could compare it to would be my MS 360, and I can just tell you right now this saw's gonna outcut it. With the same bar and chain, same piece of wood, because I've run the shit out of that 360, and it has a good 40 more PSI than that, but it's also missing 4 cc's. But I don't know. What I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna pull the handlebar and we'll pull the cylinder, and I'll bring you guys back then. I would video it all, but the camera's dead and I need it to charge up so we can video the test cuts after. Alright guys, those of you that hadn't seen that cylinder, lots and lots of port work done to it, and no kind of machine work other than a base gasket delete. And I think my youngest daughter just pulled in the driveway from school. That's why the dogs are kind of raising the hill. But yeah, we're gonna get all this cleaned up. I'll probably show you the Hyway pop-up next. Everything looks a-okay. It just, you know, 48mm high exhaust roof, no machine work. It's going to yield to not so high compression. That's probably at the lower end of stock compression on a 372, and this is a 365. So like I said, a couple more tanks, she would have picked up maybe another 10 PSI, but some people claim they really come to life. But once the ring's seat enough to get good case compression, which isn't very long at all usually, the damn things are, you know, running about as good as you can expect. Some people disagree with that, but it's not like, you know, the saw's going to be a totally different saw after you've run a few tanks through it. It just, not on any of the ones I've built, but there is some cases where you get a chrome plated bore and a really hard set of rings. You know, they can take extra long to break in, but it's still not like a daylight to dark difference. Again, sorry for the dogs barking, but I don't know, that damn saw's pulling hard, runs good, really. I was able to lean on it a little bit, and that hickory, I don't know, hell, maybe there's something to them big old transfers. Who knows? This is not going to be the final end of this anyway. We will do more tests on the saw, but right now I'm going to get the piston out and get it swapped onto the saw and bring you guys back just to show you that it is on there. Guys, I've bought a lot of Hyway pistons. I've never, let me make sure you guys are in frame. And this one came from the Duke. I've never got one with that finish, and I don't know exactly how much, but Hyway piston's a little shorter. I hope the pop-up makes up for the lack in squish we're going to have. I bet it's going to put our squish up over 30 thou. I'm going to guess the Hyway piston was molded after a stock piston. I'm going to about guess it's going to have 32, 33 thou. But I've never seen one with that finish on it. I don't know, they usually look more like this Farmer Tech piston, to be brutally honest. Farmer Tech piston looks better than the finish that's on the Hyway. I don't know, you guys let me know if you've seen that. That's a first on me. Alright guys, just to show that our 365 piston is on there and intact. I got the ring put on it, and I've got the glue cleaned off of the case already. Usually on that moto seal, usually just break clean and rag. Usually it just wipes right off, but yep, we'll bring you back hopefully when the saw's together and running. Well guys, sadly enough, the damn GoPro is on my nerves. I don't know, it's just not charging for some reason. I'll have to look into it. Thing's not very old, $500 camera, battery already shot. Everything's made in China now. It is what it is, but saw definitely picked up a little compression. I don't know how much, we'll figure it out once we make some cuts with it. The other cylinder piston wasn't all the way broken either, so it really doesn't matter. I can check squish either, we may do that when we get back in, but it's clouding up like it's going to rain and damn near dark. Probably not showing it in the phone, but let's say we have a little fun with this thing. It does sound like a totally different saw. It's a little lean. Okay guys, this thing was a little lean up top, so I had to go get a tuning screwdriver and fatten it back up, but we'll make another cut here and then get into our bigger piece of wood. Guys, I don't know. I honestly can't tell a lot of difference in it. I think a lot of the factor is the long blow down on it. I don't know, it does have a good blubber up top. It is revving really high, but what did we have, 29, 30 degrees? It may have been more than that. I don't remember. But that may be the next video we do after this.